I sing when I'm nervous. Hello. I don't know why this feels weird compared to just filming, but hello. Hello, hello. Hello. Whoever's here, if you can hear me and see me okay, please comment and let me know so that I can move ahead and start answering your questions, which we're going to do a lightning session of Q&As to try to get through as many as we can, and then I can answer your live questions. That way, if there's already a question answered, then you can think of a new one. I don't know why I'm nervous. Yay! Christy can hear and see. Hello, Mel, Susie, Daniel, Jay, Will, JJ, Karen. Yeah. I won't be able to say hi to everybody just because it gets annoying for people that are watching the replay to sit here and go, hello, Daniel, Lee, the vegan lion. Rawr. Okay. Yeah, this is new to me doing the YouTube live like this. It's different. It has like cool stuff. I can see the whole chat along the side. I don't know if my pups will make an appearance. I could do that near the end. I could request that they get sent up here. I'm choking on my own throat because I'm nervous. But they're downstairs so that they don't disrupt this video. And I could send a message to my parents on the iPhone and tell them to bring them on up. All right, so let's get into the questions, and you can ask questions in here right now if you want, but I probably won't see them. So you're better off just holding off a little bit, but feel free to ask several times. Don't feel bad about asking several times if I don't answer your questions. So how was my day today? I'll answer that one right now. I already did answer another one, didn't I? How was my day today? It was kind of probably one of my harder days since day one. Day one was really hard. Day two was kind of hard, but today was really hard, I think, because I didn't eat enough yesterday, just from poor planning. And then I didn't eat enough today either. Same thing. So, yeah. So I had a harder day today. I had cravings and temptations. My family eats yummy vegan meals that I'm not able to eat right now. So that made it a little bit difficult. Okay, I'm having a hard time ignoring some of the questions, but release the hounds. Okay. I'll answer one more, and then we'll get into the questions that you guys asked ahead of time. And then just ask your questions later when I open up questions again. So how long does it take for me to create and edit my videos? A long time. So I film all day, and then my editing's kind of split up throughout the day just because of the puppy situation right now and dogs. So it's hard for me to just sit down and just get it all done at once. So kind of sporadic throughout the day, but I would say a good 4 hours at least. Yeah, takes me like an hour to just import all the footage and then get it all organized, and then another hour to do a rough cut, and then sometimes 1 to 2 hours, maybe longer, just putting in music and all that, setting up the transitions the way I want. So but again, I'm going to answer the questions that you guys asked me on Instagram and Facebook. So just repeat your questions if, like, later when I open up to the live. Does that sound good? Okay. I'm trying to ignore the comments. I'm ignoring right now. And if any of you know the answer to some of these questions, feel free to have a conversation in the chat. Okay. Lawfully Vegan asks, have you noticed any changes yet? Yes, definitely. My face feels slimmer, and my stomach is smaller. My bra is not feeling so tight that I feel like a sausage wrapped in tight wrappings. So yeah, my bra band is a little bit looser here, and I have more energy. My energy has been terrible the last few months, maybe even longer. I think I got the life sucked out of me when we did our van trip because we had so much stress. We also had fun, but I had a hard time when we got back because we had all that freedom, and then we just came back here, and it's just the weather. It's not the kind of weather I like. The summer was okay, but anyway, where was I going? I'm going off on a tangent. Yeah, my energy hasn't been the greatest. This like in 2019 wasn't my best year for that, for energy and eating well and all that. So that kind of spilled over to Christmas and New Year's, and I just felt like crap. So I'm feeling way better, and it only took a few days of doing this to feel a little bit more myself. You guys will see if you watch the first video in this series. I just don't seem like myself, and my energy levels, blah. So yeah, that's more important to me than anything. And as far as the weight loss goes, I'm sure I've lost weight, but you guys won't know until the end of the month. Okay. Danny Vance. Some of these will be anonymous unless they ask like on Instagram publicly. So just know that I won't say your real name. Danny Vance asks, I know you get this question all the time. Approximately how many potatoes do you think you're eating per day? Well, I like that question because a lot of people will ask me how many potatoes I eat a day, and I can never answer that because potatoes come in all shapes and sizes. I could probably eat 40 baby potatoes. No, actually, probably more than that. So that's a good question. How many pounds of potatoes do I eat in a day? Typically 4 pounds. I don't weigh it, but I did a couple times just for the sake of answering that question, and I kind of just have an idea what 4 pounds looks like, and it's roughly 4 pounds, maybe 5 some days. So that's it. And the only reason anybody should want to know that or need to know that is so you can kind of just have a visual in your head how much potatoes you need to buy for your week if you're going to do this. So plan on buying 30 pounds of potatoes to get through your first week. And if you have extras at the end of the week, whatever. It's better to have too much than not enough. But if you're a guy and you're 6 foot tall, you're going to need a lot more than that. So, okay. Fall 4650 asks, how do you plan to eat after your challenge ends? Okay, there's a couple questions here. So how do I plan to eat after my challenge ends? I haven't decided yet. I've been throwing some ideas around in my head. Let's try not to get distracted by the comments again. Yeah, I've been throwing some ideas around in my head. I just haven't decided yet. I kind of, in a way, I sort of feel like just keeping on with this because it just works so well for me. But I kind of miss vegetables and fruit. So I'm going to be thinking more about that. So I'll get back to you on that. I'll announce something before this challenge is over, what my plans are for February. But you never know. I might keep doing this. Might do the potato reset style instead of spud fit style. So potato reset with vegetables. Who knows? Or maybe I'll do a banana and ice cream and potato diet after this. That sounds really good right now. If I had to pick a favorite potato, what would it be? I get this question a lot. Honestly, I don't think I have a favorite. Sometimes I just feel like having a russet. Sometimes I feel like reds. Sometimes I feel like yellows. Take a breath. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I really like russets right now. That's kind of all I feel like. But they weren't on sale, so I got 2 bags of reds and a bag of russets. But I always go back to the grocery store in a couple days and get some different ones. But I don't know. I've been in the mood for red or russets lately, and they all have their different qualities. Like russets are great for everything: fries, mash. If you want a nice fluffy mash, russets are great for that. Or if you want a creamy mash, then you probably want to use a golden yellow potato. And reds make a fantastic potato salad, but I think they're all great for what I do with my crunchy stuff. They all work well for crunch. So, on a video idea, I would love a fail-proof how to get that crunch video. Yes. I'm definitely going to consider doing that. I'm going to get some some feedback from you all in the next week or so, or maybe in the next couple of days, so I can film it next week to find out where you all are having problems with getting your crunch, so I can try to figure out what to put in the video. So I don't know why my nose is not running, but I feel like I have cat nose. Does anybody ever get that? Okay, next question. Life from Me asked if I'm still in step bets. I enjoy them. Yes. Well, right now I'm not in a step bet. If I am, I've forgotten about it and I've lost. I joined a step bet recently, or back in December. I don't even know when it ends. I gave up on it after we got the puppies. Yeah, it's not happening. But I do plan on hosting one, possibly in February if I can get myself together, get my shizzle together in time to announce it. But we'll see. I'll let y'all know. Usually Instagram is where I announce that kind of stuff. So if you want to see like the day-to-day stuff and the inside scoop stuff, follow me on Instagram, potato.wisdom. Let's see, next question. Do you scrub your potatoes or only rinse them? Scrubbing them is so annoying to me. And how long do you steam around 5 pounds of potatoes in the Instant Pot for? Okay, first off, the only potatoes I really scrub are russets usually because they're the dirtiest. But I find yellow potatoes and reds typically aren't that dirty, and I don't know if it's just the brand I buy or what, but they just don't seem that dirty. So I typically just put them in warm water in the sink and let them sit for a few minutes, and then I drain it, let it rinse, or rinse it off. And then if there's any like dirt spots, you know, sometimes there's a little dents with dirt, or little circles where eyes might come out later. Just scrub those off or cut them off. So yeah, I hate scrubbing too. And how long do you cook pressure cooker potatoes? 5 pounds. I'm trying to think of how much can fit into my pressure cooker. Probably about 5 pounds. I typically steam them for 9 or 10 minutes. I've done more than that, but I'm finding I'm liking it with less time lately, so that they don't get too mushy. But the trick is to quick release as soon as you're done. So only put a cup of water in there too. A cup of water, fill it up as much as you can, close the lid, pressure cook for 9 or 10 minutes. You could probably even go less. I've heard some people going less. And as soon as it's done, quick release, open the lid and take the lid off and let them cool to room temperature before you put them in the fridge. That's another key to all of this, because if you put your hot potatoes in the fridge, they're just going to create condensation and get all mushy. So just making sure there's nothing crazy going on in the comments there. You guys are all being nice to each other, I see. Okay. Okay, so this person, I'm not going to say the whole thing because it's long, but basically they're just wondering, because they have constipation issues, they got digestion issues, they were wondering if, she wants to do the potato diet, but is just worried because, she'll get constipated just eating potatoes unless she eats a salad along with it. So she's just kind of wondering, like, if that's okay. And I would say to anybody like that, give it a try. Try just potatoes, see what happens, for a day or two. But I don't see any problem with doing the potato reset style plan and just incorporating some vegetables. Just make it really simple. Like if you want it to be more like Spudfit's plan is very scaled back for a specific reason, so that you don't have to make any food decisions, and then you can really deal with your food addictions and the reasons why you got to where you are in the first place. So it's kind of like a fast in a way, but without starving. So yeah, like if you want to include vegetables, do potato reset guidelines and just keep it really simple. Just pick like 1 or 2 vegetables, maybe 1 vegetable for the week. There's nothing wrong with that. So go ahead, do whatever. Okay, well, what the hell? AJ, we need to coordinate this a little better. Oh, and another question too is whether or not I eat organic potatoes, or do I use just organic potatoes? Actually, I rarely ever use organic potatoes. I wish I could get good quality organic potatoes here that didn't cost an arm and a leg, but that's what I got to deal with in the area I live in anyway. So most of my potatoes are not organic, unfortunately, but I haven't died yet. So, but yeah, if you can afford it and you got good quality organic potatoes where you are, definitely get them or get half and half, whatever you can do. But don't feel like you can't do this because you can't buy organic. So, I mean, I'm not eating vegan junk food right now, and it's got to be a lot better than, I mean, eating these potatoes that are non-organic has to be better than vegan junk. So, big picture. Okay, question I got on Facebook. Alina, do you sometimes struggle with impatience when it comes to weight loss? If so, how do you deal with it? Not anymore, because I've been dealing with weight issues like most of my life, most of my adult life. Well, all of my adult life, really. And I used to be really impatient and want to jump on, the diets, the slim fast, the low fat of the 90s, which is a lot different than what we're talking about here, like low fat cookies and all that stuff, Atkins diet, all the crap. And a lot of it's just temporary quick fixes. And I realized like I'm doing, a potato diet, which seems very fad like, but it definitely is something that helps reset my brain and my taste buds and everything so that I can get back to where I belong, which is just pure whole foods, plant-based, no junk free Jeannine. That's who I want to be. So I'm not impatient with it anymore. I'm impatient with myself in the last couple of years. Since I lost my 100 pounds, I did gain a little bit back, but I'm more frustrated and impatient with myself for the fact that I haven't really felt very motivated to finish my weight loss journey. I think that is probably more frustrating to me than anything. But no, I feel like this is more for health than anything, and if you focus on that, then the weight loss is gonna come. And if maybe you have to make some tweaks or whatever, but I don't know. Maybe it'll be different when I get closer to my goal, whatever that is. Okay, so this person said, I'm starting to get bored with potatoes. What should I do? Try making them in a different way. Not being sarcastic, but maybe you need some crunch in your life. So just try some different ways of making them. Look up some recipes. I got a book with 35 potato recipes and 15 sauces. Hello. Like, if you have that, I don't think you're going to be bored, because there's soups. There's so many things you can do with potatoes. And I know it just depends if you're doing just potatoes or potatoes and vegetables, but there's so many things you can do with potatoes. But another thing that Spud Fit would say is make your food boring and your life interesting. Doesn't mean you can't enjoy your food, but focus more on doing things in your life that bring you that dopamine hit that you would normally get from your junk food and all that. So think of some things that you can do that would just help you get through your day and enjoy your life and not have to be about the food. Of course, I understand like if you're completely bored, but yeah, try some other recipes. That's what I say to that. Okay, we're almost done here, and then we'll start with your questions in the chat here, and feel free to ask again. I'll just let you guys know when that's gonna start. Okay, on Instagram, I had some questions here. I'm just gonna leave them anonymous because I don't know if anybody wants anybody to know who they are. Have you had to deal with strong cravings during PMS yet? Surprisingly, no, not at all. I did actually, have my monthly visitor recently, and I didn't even know. It was like she just showed up and said hello, and I was like, oh, hey, how's it going? I didn't even know you were coming. So, no. And I feel like eating this way, just in general, eating whole foods, plant-based, low fat, no oil, all that jazz, generally diminishes my PMS symptoms. So yeah, it's a good side effect. Okay, not a question but a remark. Your face already looks different, less puffy. Yes, junk food does that to me. It does. Doesn't take a lot. Okay, best way to lose weight: half veg and starch, or all the starch? Okay, so if you're wanting to just lose weight real quick, um, yeah, you're gonna be doing some vegetables in there. So yeah, my answer to that, I feel like I could talk about a whole bunch of stuff right now about that, but that's why I'm kind of hesitating. Best way to lose weight, yeah, half veg. I would say half veg. It just depends on what your goals are, I guess. Like, I'm trying to think of some words to explain why I'm doing what I'm doing right now, but yeah. Bottom line, vegetables are the quicker than just potatoes. Um, okay, what is your favorite potato? Oh, we already answered that one. Do you ever get bored of potatoes? Not really. Sometimes I miss other food though. So when I'm doing this potato challenge, yes, I do miss other foods, but I haven't gotten bored of potatoes yet. Though I did the first time I did this. Back in 2017, I remember I did get sick of potatoes. A little bit. Um, what potato do I least like? I don't know. I think baby potatoes, honestly. They're probably my least favorite. Yeah. I don't know why. I just feel like they're not as versatile. Like you can just do like one thing with them, like maybe make potato salad. You can roast them. That's what you can do, but that takes effort and I don't like putting effort. No. So, I guess I would say the baby potato. Okay, just a couple more questions and then we'll do the live questions here. Can you eat too many potatoes and stall weight loss? Some days I feel ravenous. Only you will know the answer to that. So it's just trial and error. Um, just try it for a week and see what happens. And if you feel like, honestly, if you're not overstuffing yourself, I don't feel like you should be eating too many and stall your weight loss. But if you find that, maybe do a potato vegetable thing. I don't know. But the key is to not eat beyond, like, you don't want to be like overstuffed, like Thanksgiving overstuffed. You don't want to be uncomfortably full. Just eat until you're satisfied. And then when you're hungry again, eat some more potato. At the end of the world. That's better than most people are doing out there in the world, especially in North America. Most of us are packing on the pounds every week, little by little. I think I already answered this question about what I'm gonna do after Spud Fit. I have a question here. It's not really related to the potato thing, but I'll answer it. Do you think you'll do van life again? Possibly, but in a different way. So the van may end up getting us to a destination where we might stay permanently, but we haven't decided yet. So, okay, so I think I got everything, all the questions that were asked earlier, and let me just double check. Yeah, I think that's it. So let's get on to your live questions if I haven't already answered it. Wasn't able to, this person's not able to see comments on tablet. Oh, able to see comments on tablet but not phone. Yeah, I don't know how that works on the phone. Okay, so I'll start with what I can see, and then if I miss your question, just ask again, please. If you have a thyroid problem, would it be safe to eat potatoes? Yes, I have a thyroid problem. I have Hashimoto's, which is the number one cause of hypothyroidism. If you have hypothyroidism, it's very likely that you have Hashimoto's that your doctor just didn't tell you because it doesn't make a difference in how they treat you. Most doctors just take that attitude and don't tell you that you have Hashimoto's or test for it because the treatment's the same. So you take thyroid medication. So yeah, I have Hashimoto's hypothyroidism and I've lost 100 pounds, over 100 pounds I lost. I put a little bit back on, but it's my own fault. And I did that eating a lot of potatoes, and I'm in my 40s, so I'm living proof that it is safe. But always check with your doctor. They might not agree with you if you're gonna do this, but it's good to get your vitals before and during if you can, or just check in with your doctor. But generally speaking, it should be safe. But yeah, always check with your doctor beforehand. So, yeah. Let's see. It's all the added salt. Yes, the added salt and all the junk food definitely contributes to puffiness. Like I puff up so easily from salt. When I went on the vegan cruise in 2018, a lot of the food was heavily salted, just because it's kind of macrobiotic based, but it's vegan as well. But they don't believe in the no salt thing, so everything was super salty, and I had been eating super clean, SOS free for quite a while before that, and my feet swelled up, and yeah, it was not pretty. Okay, I'm just trying to read your comments. Beachy Vegan says, I'm looking forward to another step bet with you. I'm kind of doing it now, but not quite as motivating. Yay! I'm glad that you like my step bets. I do plan on doing another one. I just gotta figure out my schedule. Oh. Veggie Trish says she doesn't like blue baby potatoes. I don't think I've tried those. Okay. Oh, I hit. So, yeah, if you hit the live chat button, comments will come up, apparently, on your phone. Okay, so what got me motivated this time to do the potato reset? Well, I'm kind of technically doing the Spud Fit challenge right now, but we can call it it's a potato reset, whatever. You can do the potato reset with vegetables or not, but I want to give credit to Spud Fit because he started this whole thing. So, yeah, what got me started to do it this time? I didn't think I'd ever do this again, because I feel like I've already made my point. I've proven what I could do with potatoes. But it was a video that Spudfit posted with him and his wife on, I don't know, December, late December, like after Christmas, like maybe a couple days before January 1st. And they said they're going to do a Spudfit challenge. And like they haven't done one in so long. And his wife has never done one, I don't think. So I don't know, that just like lit a fire in me, and I thought, and I've been thinking about doing something like this for a while, so that I can like revisit my 2017 videos, maybe do some reaction videos, just go down memory lane while I do the challenge again. And they did that video. It was like it was meant to be. So, yeah, that's what motivated me this time. And what keeps me motivated? You guys keep me motivated. I committed to this publicly. And there's so many of you that are doing this with me, which is awesome. Having Spudfit's support in his group is fantastic. Like, if you guys are still thinking about it, like, do it. His program is fantastic. He's got a whole video library. You don't even have to have Facebook to do his challenge. You can do it on your own and follow through all his it's like a video course, and he has so much knowledge. He's such a good teacher. It's worth the price, and just getting all the content that he gives in his videos and all the worksheets. You work through it throughout the month, and you learn so much about yourself. So I feel like I'm doing like the better version of this time, because I have support and I've got the more knowledge and wisdom to learn. So I do have an awesome accountability partner, Christy. I have one named Christy. Christy's Journey to Self-Love. And Allie, Sassy Southern Vegan, hello. And Hannah. Okay. And Jaina. I got some awesome accountability partners. What state am I in? I'm in the big old state of Canada. Ontario, Canada. Hi, Susanna. Susanna. Okay. Air fryer or oven best, depending on what you want to do. So air fryer is great for quicker, smaller jobs. Oven is better for bigger jobs. So if you're really, really hungry, you want to have a big ass hash brown, like a giant one, like this big, which I've been known to eat. Oven, do it in the oven, but you just have to be more patient because it'll take a little longer. So air fryer is good for smaller, quicker jobs. Oven, larger jobs. And if I know I need to batch cook some potatoes, I'm running out of potatoes that are in the fridge, I'll do the oven method, because then I can just save energy and use it up, because the oven's on anyway. And I'll batch cook 10 pounds of baked potatoes, and then I'll have like a tray of fries, or hash browns or something going all at the same time. So it's a nice way to, you know, use energy wisely. How long can you store prepped potatoes in the fridge? Mine have never really been in there longer than 5 days just because I eat them. But I think you can probably do a week. Should be fine. Ooh, Allie. Okay. You're not a fan of new potatoes. You mentioned you're not a fan of new potatoes. Couldn't you just air fry them? I've tried that and I don't like them. Like they become like little balloons or something with potato flesh inside. Does that make sense? Like you bite them and they kind of pop. I just don't like the texture. I think it's just because it's too much skin to flesh, potato flesh ratio. I don't like that word. We have another word than flesh. But you know what I mean. I like more potato fluff and less skin. It has to be the right ratio. Okay, you guys are talking about how to see the live chat. I guess, hey, how do you see that? Oh, never mind. I'm just wondering like how somebody's going to see your information on how to get the live chat if they can't see the live chat, but I don't know. I'm just going to leave that to you guys. If you guys can like put a couple question marks before your question, that would be really helpful for me too. Like question mark, and then ask a question, so then I can just differentiate that from your conversations you're having in chat with yourselves, with amongst yourselves. I'm not saying that you're talking to yourself. Okay, I bought an air fryer a year ago and I still haven't used it. I just like the Instant Pot, I'm afraid to use it. I'm terrified to use it. I don't know why. Don't be afraid. I was afraid to use the Instant Pot too when I first got it. I thought it was going to blow up the house, but just read the instructions in the booklet, make some potatoes, do something easy, and it'll be okay. It'll be okay. And the air fryer, don't be terrified at all. Just take some leftover potatoes, cut them into wedges, and then smash them down with a fork. Try that first. Or just take a leftover potato, cut it up into wedges, and don't do anything else with it, and put it in the air fryer. That's a good beginner way to use it. Do you notice a difference between Instant Pot potatoes and oven baked potatoes as far as making them crunchy? Sometimes I find Instant Pot potatoes a little bit, I hate both of these words, wet or moist, because it just varies sometimes. Sometimes I forget to quick release on time, but I find they just take a little longer to get crispy. My favorite is just oven baked potatoes for pre-cooking. That's always been my favorite, but the Instant Pot is so convenient, so it's kind of a toss-up. But the trick is, no matter what you've done beforehand, is to let your potatoes cool to room temperature first, then store them in the fridge. You could even store them without a lid. Just put them in a container without a lid if you want. And then you just have to gauge. If your potatoes seem really wet, then you're probably just going to have to cook them for a lot longer. Just be patient, because basically you're just drying them out. That's how you get that crunch. So just kind of, you'll get a feel for it. You just have to keep trying. It's trial and error. But I'm definitely going to try to address this in a video, kind of like a hash brown crunch / crunch, potato crunch intervention video. Could you please have a luncheon meetup? We could find a restaurant. Where are you, Mel? Where are you? I'd be open to that. I don't know. Maybe we could even go to a community center. I'm just trying to think of somewhere where we could just go and have some potatoes. We could go to a Wendy's and have some baked potatoes. But yeah, if we could find a restaurant that would make us some potatoes, that would be great too. I kind of like feel like I don't want to be at a restaurant right now at this point in time, but definitely like February, March or something possibly. I just feel too like vulnerable at this point to be out there in the real world. Okay, great. Thank you for the question marks. This is very helpful to put the question marks beforehand. Gwen asks about Betty Lou. I keep thinking about Betty Lou. She wants to do a video. I'm just trying to fit her in because life is so busy. Trying to edit these videos and deal with puppies and do my graphic design work. It's a lot, but I'll see. I'll talk to Betty Lou and see what we can do. Maybe actually, she's really good at recipe videos, so um, she might be the one that does the crunch instruction video. That might be a good plan. Do I have any plans this year for events? I don't right now. I don't. Last year, our travel kind of set us back financially, so I don't really know what's going on in my life right now. I just know that I have a very busy life at this point in time, and um, I do have plans on working towards moving to Arizona, possibly. Kind of afraid to say it out loud right now, but yeah, no travel plans just yet. Nothing yet. It might be a year of no travel. I don't know how to say your name. Katie. I don't know if that's silent J, Katie. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna call you Kat. What does your husband think about the potato stuff you're doing? Mine calls me a bit crazy. My husband's used to my weirdness. He doesn't think anything of it. I think he probably thinks it's cool. I don't know. I should ask him. I'll ask him what he thinks. But he's very supportive, and he just knows I do my thing when I do my thing. He spelled it loose. How much exercise do you do daily to lose weight? I'm a brat. I'm sorry. Okay, none right now. Currently none. And I don't ever use exercise as a form of weight loss. It's not a weight loss tool for me. Exercise is a mental health tool and just good for your cardiovascular health. And I just don't ever factor it in as an exercise or a weight loss tool. So yeah, that way when I do exercise and get movement in, it's because I enjoy it, not because I have to burn a certain number of calories or whatever. I want to enjoy exercise, so yeah, that's not a factor for me right now. But I do plan on getting back into walking regularly just because it's good for me, and I want to get back into strength training as well because I love it. So yeah. Do you notice your clothes are looser? Yes. Kathy Ann. Okay. Kathy Ann. Yes, I do. My bra band is looser, and my pants feel a little loose too. So the main thing I noticed though is my bra and like my t-shirts that felt really tight and my tank tops that felt tighter on my stomach don't feel tight anymore. But honestly, I wear yoga pants and tank tops and sweaters all the time, so yeah, I notice it more in the bra. A steamer basket is the game changer for the Instant Pot. I have not tried that. Ontario. Well, let me know where in Ontario you live, because I don't have a car right now. We have our van. It's in storage right now, so just for the winter. So I don't really get too far. I don't really have a life right now, but yeah, send me a message. I don't know if you're on Instagram, but send me a DM on Instagram or go to my Facebook page on Facebook, my Potato Wisdom page, and you can contact me there. So, okay, I feel like I'm really behind on comments here. Any plans to visit California? No, not anytime soon. I don't have any travel plans right now, but I do love California. Okay. Do you do graphic design for purposes other than your business? I guess I don't understand that question. That graphic design has been my career for the last 23 years. So that's been my thing. But as far as like my online stuff goes, that is I don't know what I'm kind of losing track of what I'm thinking there. Yeah, so I do graphic design I'm trying to move away from it. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't want to do graphic design full time, and I haven't done graphic design full time for 3 years now. I just take on projects that interest me and try to work with people that I really enjoy working with and have projects that I like. So, but my biggest part of my business is my online business, doing this potato thing and selling my book. So, trying to help you guys out whenever I can. But yeah, I sometimes do graphic design for fun, if that's what you meant. Sorry, I'm just trying to find your question marks. How do you prevent your family from stealing your amazing crunchy potatoes? They don't even get to see them. I put them on a plate and I go eat them, usually in my office or downstairs. I'm kind of like secluding myself a little bit, but it's just easier for me. I don't typically eat with my family anyway because I don't like the sounds of people chewing. But don't worry, I will go to a restaurant with people. That doesn't bother me. It's my dad. I don't like listening to my dad chew. And they always watch TV while they eat dinner, and I don't like to watch TV. So anyway, did that answer your question? I don't know. Yeah, so they're all mine. I don't let anybody take my potatoes. Another step bet, yes, February-ish. I'm looking into it. Beachy Vegan says, yeah, I think of workouts as a punishment. I hate it, but I do love yoga and walking. Yeah, it's all about doing what you love. That's more important than doing it for weight loss, because that's never worked long term. Trying to exercise off the food that you eat, and you got to find a balance too, because if you do too much exercise, sometimes it's hard to. I find it hard to regulate my eating. Like, my appetite goes through the roof if I do really intense exercise, and then just end up eating more. So it doesn't really help with like the weight loss side of things anyway. So I just prefer just to do what I love, what kind of exercise I love to do, what makes me happy. Beyond the Spud Fit Challenge, what are your goals for 2020? Buy property in Arizona. Publish another book, another potato book. It's probably not going to have my weight loss story, maybe just a tiny bit, but it's just going to be more of just an SOS-free potato recipe book. So yeah, because I have so many more ideas for potatoes. That's a possibility. Yeah, save enough money. Why Arizona? Hold on. How tall are you? I'm 5'4.5". I thought I was 5'5" for the longest time, but I got measured properly. I'm 5'4.5". Can I ask why Arizona would you plan to be? Yes, I am friends with Hannah and Derek. I love them. I love you guys. They're probably not watching, but hello. And I have other friends in Arizona as well. But ever since I saw a video that Hannah and Derek did way back when they first moved to Arizona, they went and interviewed this couple that built like their own house. I don't know if it was made out of earth or something. I don't know. It looked like it was kind of made out of mud, but I'm not sure. I forget. But I was just so inspired by that because they just live so simply, and like their land is paid for. They don't have a mortgage, and like all they have to worry about is property taxes and food and just, you know, some maintenance and things. And I just love that idea of living simple and not just having to work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, just the rat race, just to pay for some mortgage and all this stuff that we don't need. So I'm really attracted to the idea of living a simple, inexpensive lifestyle, being able to grow my own food. And Arizona, it's just ideal as far as like for what we want to do, take our time building. And Arizona has some good zoning areas where you can live in your RV for 3 years and while you build. So a lot of places don't have that option, and the property is a lot more affordable too. So but we're still thinking about it. We're not sure yet if we're going to go that way or not, but something that we definitely have to look into. Oh, do I do graphic design for other companies? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I do. And that's what I did for 23 years. almost 23 years. Well, 20 years, I guess. I worked full time for other companies, and then I just went and worked for myself. And yeah, I do work for other companies, preferably other vegan businesses. That's been my focus lately, to work with companies that are building a vegan business. That is my passion. And yeah, but I don't want that to be my main thing. Like, this is way more important to me than graphic design, but I do want to help out other vegans in the community that are trying to build their business. So yeah. um do you share your potatoes with your dogs? Yes, I do. And you know what happened not last year, last time I did this, I lost weight when I did the potato challenge last time, and my dogs gained weight. Just because they were getting extra calories. I didn't cut back on their regular food, so you're getting way too much extra calories. So I have to watch that this time. Just a note: don't ever share raw potatoes with your dogs. Make sure they are cooked, and never green potatoes. We shouldn't eat green potatoes either, but just be extra careful with dogs. Any plans to return to van life? Yes and no, sort of. If we end up buying property, then we will be driving to that destination in our van and be living in our van for a little bit. But yeah, right now we're not in a position to do anything with van life. I just lost my spot. Okay, here we go. How are you treating your Hashimoto's? Vegan lion, rawr. I have been on medication since I was first diagnosed, which was I was 32. I'm 44 now. So 12 years ago, I was diagnosed, but I was diagnosed way too late, and I was in really bad health. Really bad health. I was sleeping 15 hours a day. I had to take a leave of absence from work, and like I couldn't even walk a block. Like, I was just so exhausted, and I just looked like hell. I had gray skin and glossy eyes. I was just awful. Um, so yeah, it was already far gone, and I already had a lot of nodules developed and scar. Like, I guess it's scar tissue. My thyroid just was not able to function on its own, and I wish at that point that I had known some of the plant-based doctors that I know now, that I know of, because then maybe I could have treated it without medication. But yeah, I had to go on medication, or else, I don't know how much longer I would have lasted. So because I've been on medication all these years, it's likely that my thyroid's atrophied, and it's really difficult to get off. The longer you're on it, the harder it is to get off. So I just take medication mode, or dying mode, so that you can start functioning like a normal human, but you have to do a lot of work on top of that. And that's how I do that: is stay away from junk food, which I learned my lesson again this past year. I let junk food slip back in, and I paid for it, and I felt like hell. So I avoid all processed foods. Avoid gluten, just because it's not great for Hashimoto's. But yeah, try to stick to whole foods, plant-based, no oil, no gluten, no junk, and that seems to help a lot. I feel, even now, even though I'm coming off of a junk food time of my life, I feel 10 times better than I did when I was 32, and I'm 44. So all hail to the whole foods, plant-based. Are you hoping to homestead? That's one of my goals. I'd love to buy property and grow as much of my own food as I can. Yes, 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 and yes. Rammed earth, maybe. Yeah, it could have been rammed earth. What treatment for your thyroid? I think I just answered that. If you can catch it early enough, your Hashimoto's, you might be able to work with a holistic doctor, or I would recommend one of the plant-based doctors in our community, like Dr. Frank Sabatino. He might be a good one to contact. If he isn't available for that, I'm sure he might be able to recommend somebody. But I would get in touch with True North Health too, a free consultation with them, and treat it early. But if you're like me and got it caught too late, you might have to do medication, just because your life depends on it. So, but yeah, no junk, no gluten, whole foods, plant-based, no animal products. Keep it clean. Good night to Katie. Okay, how do you stick how do you stick with whole foods plant-based? Um, you have to prepare ahead of time. So you got to set yourself up for success. If I don't, then I fail. And try not to have junk food in your house. Like that really helps a lot if you can. Keep the junk food out of your house and prepare your meals ahead of time, like on the weekend or something. Batch prep as much as you possibly can. Rice, beans, soups, potatoes, have it all ready to go so that you plan for your success, basically. It's not like it's that easy, right? But you have to work for it. My husband, he does shipping and receiving. That's what he does for work. Is my husband from Canada? No. He is American, but he now has Canadian citizenship. I don't know why I can't say that word. Citizenship. I don't know. I would have to get a green card so that I can work there. Maybe eventually I would get U.S. citizenship. I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead. But if I did get U.S. citizenship, yeah, I would keep my Canadian. Like, you never lose it. You don't lose your home country citizenship unless your home country doesn't allow you to have multiple citizenships. And Canada's not one of those countries. So, is your family all vegan? Ninja Pig asks. Not. No. My parents are plant-based, and I'm trying to work on the fully vegan thing, but my mom still has salad dressing that has dairy in it. I'm trying to work on that, but that's been hard. And my dad sometimes eats animal products, but very minimal. So yeah, I'm really happy that like all the meals that are cooked in this house are vegan, but sometimes that makes it more difficult because they're yummy vegan stuff like Gardein and just things that I generally shouldn't be eating. I remember, okay, Betty asks, I remember watching a video with both you and Chef AJ. Will your new book include the recipe she mentioned sharing? I don't know. What recipe was that? Do you remember? It probably is a recipe from my current book, honestly. If I was in a live video of hers, it was probably a recipe from my book, which already exists. So, till versions of books, I feel better now than I did 12 years ago because I eat better. But, like the medication did a little bit, like I said. It doesn't take care of everything. It basically got me from sleeping 15 hours a day to sleeping a normal amount. But I had to do a lot of work after that. So thyroid medication is not, it's just to keep you alive, basically. So, yeah, you got to work for it. You got to eat healthy to feel better. And that's why I feel better now than I did back then. So, Hashi here for over 27 years. Wow. I do eat soy sometimes. I don't have a fear of soy. I don't think that people with hypothyroidism have to avoid soy. It's not this horrible thing, but if you're going to eat it, I recommend eating unprocessed and organic. So like edamame, the soybean itself. But typically, yeah, I don't eat soy. Once in a while, organic tofu as a treat. Do I take iodine? No, I don't. I've always been kind of afraid of it because I've heard with Hashimoto's that iodine can like exacerbate. Okay, I'm gonna try to say that word. But it can like add fuel to the fire. But I don't know. I'm willing to try it. I just haven't tried it yet. Dr. Barnard's getting a new book, Veggie Trish. What is that? I'd like to know. And I wish it was more plant-based doctors that were focused specifically on Hashimoto's, but right now I don't even know of any that are highly trained and in treating Hashimoto's. Like, that would be awesome. Do you enjoy nuts, seeds, avocados? Not really. I guess nuts. I did have a pistachio problem for a while there, It wasn't really a big problem, but I'd have like a serving of it every day. Um, I do like nuts and seeds. I don't know. They're not something that's a big deal for me. Like I don't like avocados. Sorry to say it. I'm a vegan and I hate avocado. But, like a good sauce made with cashews, yum, sign me up. How do you like using the air fryer for the potatoes so far? Does it leave them greasy? No. I don't use oil at all. Do not use oil in your air fryer, even if your air fryer says to use oil. Do not use oil. No oil. So, yeah, they're never ever greasy because I never use oil. So, don't use oil. Um, how long did it take for the potato reset to help your gut? I don't know if I ever had any gut issues. Um, I I must have some form of gut issues because my iron levels, I have issues with iron when I eat gluten. My iron levels drop like a hot potato. But I don't physically feel anything. My digestion's always been really good, and I don't typically have stomach pain unless I eat something oily. Then my gallbladder gets really mad at me. So, but I think typically if you got gut issues, then you're in it for the long haul. Like you have to be very patient. I think for some people, like if gluten is a big issue for you and you eliminate it, usually within a few days to a week, you start noticing some changes, but it can take a while. Taylor says she has leaky gut. Everything bothers her stomach pretty much. I might try the potato reset. I'm just concerned of being more unhealthy from my lack of variety. Yeah, that can be an issue. The good thing about potatoes is they do have a lot of vitamins and minerals and fiber in them. So you're pretty well covered. You're just going to be missing vitamin A and E. But check it out. Go on Chronometer and like put in like 1,600 calories worth of russet potatoes, and you'll be surprised that it does cover quite a bit. So maybe you could do potatoes with a vegetable, a couple of different vegetables, and maybe even fruit. Just modify it for yourself with some like just vegetables and fruits that you know won't bother your stomach. And just keep it really simple. Okay, I need a drink of water. I think we're going to come to a close soon because this has been an hour now. Disney traveler, I need to refocus. When I get home from this trip, I've been all over the place. Do I know you? Disney traveler, you sound familiar. Your name. Do you worry about peeling potatoes if they're not organic? Not really, because I don't think the potato skins actually. Like I don't. It's not like a banana. Well, bananas are bad too, aren't they? I think bananas are one of the dirty dozen. But you'd think like a skin would help keep it out, but I don't think it does. The skin is so thin. I don't think it really makes a difference. If you're really worried about pesticides and eating non-organic, then just pay the extra to get organic. It's just I don't have that option. We don't have much here. They're not good quality organic stuff here, so. Okay, so the book is okay. Dr. Barnard's book is going to be Your Body in Balance. Okay, cool. Mega Foods Blood Booster for iron. I have tried that before. It does not work. I'm sorry to say. Any of the natural options never ever has worked for me. I have to take the heavy duty stuff that you get from over the counter, but you have to ask the pharmacist for it. So Polyride is a brand in Canada that works really well for me, and I think similar one in the US is Ferromax. None of those health food store supplements have ever helped my iron. Just maybe for maintenance, but to get it up, yeah. I've tried Mega Foods Blood Booster. But yeah, beets are great if you can eat beets. How was your digestion when you're eating lots of fruit? It was fine. no issues there. And yeah, Taylor says they don't have good organic where she is either. So bleh. I hate that. But okay, I think we're done for the questions. So thanks everybody for coming to this live video. And I will see you tomorrow for our regular scheduled daily vlogs. We'll see how long I can keep them up for. But we'll continue with day 10 tomorrow. So yeah, thanks everyone. And I will see you tomorrow.